further escalate the tussle between the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi and the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. This is a big setback to the Aam Aadmi Party government that's coming in from the apex court nonetheless, where the Supreme Court bench that's headed by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud has said that the Lieutenant Governor needs no aid and advice of the Delhi government. The Supreme Court has said that the LG can directly appoint aldermen in MCD as per the 1993 Delhi Municipal Corporation Act. My colleague Ananya Bhatnagar is with us on the broadcast. Ananya, when it comes to this tussle between the LG and the Aam Aadmi Party government, it's also set to escalate. But when the MCD was not under the control of the Aam Aadmi Party, these were the claims that the AAP even made.
Well, definitely, it has been contended by, in fact, the Lieutenant Governor's office before the Supreme Court when this matter was being heard, that, this is a practice that has been happening for over the years, and not only when the Aam Aadmi Party government came into the power. It is since the 1993 Act that, the LG had been appointing the aldermen at, in fact, the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. And today, there is a big setback coming in from, in fact, the Supreme Court very clearly and categorically saying that, it cannot be that the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi would need the aid and advice of the cabinet of ministers in the Delhi government to actually, appoint these aldermen in fact, the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. Remember that the Delhi government had contended that, the Lieutenant Governor is, in fact, the administrator and has to act only and only on the aid and advice of the cabinet ministers of the Delhi government. However, it was contended by the Lieutenant Governor's office that this is not the case because he is the administrator of the National Capital Territory of Delhi, and hence, the 1993 Act of the MCD gives, in fact, the powers to the Lieutenant Governor to actually appoint these aldermen, and they do not need any kind of, in fact, aid and advice of the Council of Ministers here. Not only this, it was contended by the Delhi government, and the Delhi government had cited the latest judgment of the Supreme Court when it comes to the powers of, in fact, the Delhi government and the LG, and the whole tussle was settled by the Supreme Court. Very clearly, the Delhi government had argued that since the Supreme Court itself has held that, the aid and advice is a necessary part of the LG's working. However, in this case, in the case of appointment of aldermen, the power comes from the 1993 Act under which the Municipal Corporation of Delhi was actually set up, and hence there is no need of an aid and advice of, in fact, the Council of Ministers for the governor to actually appoint, in fact, the aldermen in the MCD.
Right, Ananya, I request you to stay on with us. Shehzad Poonawala of the Bharatiya Janata Party is with us on the broadcast. Shehzad, very good morning to you. First of all, your reaction on what's come out of the Supreme Court. The Aam Aadmi Party was heavily banking on this case, and now the Supreme Court is completely giving it to the Lieutenant Governor that he is the whole sole authority when it comes to the appointment of aldermen in the MCD.
You see, the Aam Aadmi Party has perfected the art of blaming others for all their ills. And therefore, this was yet another lie concocted by them that the LG is not following the law, constitution, etc., which has become their standard operating procedure. Today, the Supreme Court has given a tight slap to the propaganda of Aam Aadmi Party. Today, the Aam Aadmi Party should forget all of this and they should tell us only two things. 14 people have died in Asha Kiran house, shelter house, and 10 people have died either through waterlogging or through shocks or through drowning in the basement. Instead of accounting for that, the Aam Aadmi Party shamelessly and brazenly uses the media to spin its narratives and gets away because nobody asked them questions. I think this has settled the debate on all of these issues. Today, the Aam Aadmi Party must be asked only and only about their accountability as far as the deaths in Delhi are concerned and the deaths in Asha Kiran house is concerned. But unfortunately, certain sections of the media will only do one-on-one interviews with them and not ask them any tough questions, as I can see on some channels.
Right. But Shehzad, tell me something. If we actually be concentrating on the case that's coming out of the Supreme Court, the MCD still remains one of the most corrupt bodies when it comes to the national capital. And these episodes that you're talking about, unfortunate ones that have come out of Delhi, also have a lot of bearing on the functioning of the MCD when the centre also has ample control on the MCD. Is the centre not to answer?
If the Aam Aadmi Party felt that they have no powers in the MCD, why did they contest the election? Mr. Kejriwal has said in every statement of his before the NCD election कि एक बार NCD दे दो, water logging खत्म हो जाएगा, सारी समस्या खत्म हो जाएगी. Now that the NCD is with them, oh, we can't run the NCD because LG stops everything. I mean, this is the standard operating procedure of AAP. 10 years, corporators, MLAs, Delhi Jal Board, Fire Services, PWD, NCD, सब उनके पास है. केवल और केवल इनको बहाने बनाना है. And for heaven's sake, I hope today the media will start asking Aam Aadmi Party questions about what they have delivered in the last 10 years.
Right. Shahzad, thank you so much for joining us with your inputs on this story. We'll keep an eye on this big story that's coming out of the Supreme Court. The tussle between the Aam Aadmi Party government in the national capital and the Lieutenant Governor in Delhi only is going to escalate now. The word that's come out of the Supreme Court, especially by the bench that's headed by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, they have in fact underlined that the Lieutenant Governor in the national capital needs no aid and advice of the Delhi government, and they have said that the LG can directly appoint aldermen in MCD as per 1993 Delhi Municipal Corporation Act.